I don't see anybody. Anybody on this video?
Anyone's there?
I don't see anybody there. Wait, there's one person right there. No, it was a person that was a speck on the lens. I don't think you have anybody watching today.
They're not coming.
No, I don't think they're coming.
I thought they were going to come and sew.
Well, you can sew with me. No, maybe not.
I'm so excited because we're going to start sewing together every day. Yeah. Hi everybody. Welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. It's me, Angela, here in my sewing room, and I like, subscribe, share the video, invite others to come and sew with us or sit with us and, you know, have a soda or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, whatever. I'm so excited for today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because sometimes my light bulb goes off and I think we can do this. We can. Okay, ready? So, yes, this is still I'll finish it this weekend. I'll rag it this weekend and put it in the washing machine and I'll show it to you maybe on our Sunday live. Oh, that would be fun. We'll do a little ta-dun-ta-dun. With this one? Yeah, it's all done. I'm gonna go with this size. It probably could be a little bit wider, but it probably could have been a little bit wider and one row shorter. But I think it's good. I think it's fine. Okay? Look, my mom is about 5'5", maybe. I don't even think she's 5'5". I think she's shorter than that. And she weighs 100. Oh, the ducks are back. Hold on a second. The ducks are back. They're brave little things. They're right up on my window. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. And I think she weighs like 100 pounds. We when she comes to visit her here in Florida, she gets busy and she doesn't eat. Or she gets, she's worrying about things and she doesn't eat. Or she gets going, she doesn't eat. I mean, not all day, but so when she's here, man, we go all out. And the only unfortunate part is that in addition to my mother gaining a few pounds, I gain a few pounds because we eat, we just have fun. Hamburgers, ice cream, milkshakes, Steve. I tell you what, I do love that man. When he comes, he loves to just take her out and do fun things. Like he'll say, okay, we're going to get an ice cream. And so, we'll go across town to get an ice cream and go sit by this little boat launch pier thing that goes out into the Gulf. And we'll watch the boats. And the pelicans. Or, he'll say, okay, come on, I want a milkshake. Let's go get a milkshake in the middle of the day. And it's his little secret way of getting her to pack on some calories. Anyway, I thought this blanket would be fun for her when she's just kind of relaxing here watching TV or whatever. And it's not super, super warm, but it's just cozy and comfy enough, and it's perfect size for her. I can roll her up like a burrito in this thing. Okay. So I'll finish clipping it and washing it for Sunday. Hopefully I won't forget. But I'm really excited about what I'm going to do today because it's nothing I had planned. It's nothing we talked about, and it's nothing I had thought about doing. This is for next week. We're going to do a tote bag. Tote bag. Now, did anybody see, y'all were here the other day, I had whatever, I don't know where it's at. Tape measure? Oh, no. I don't know where it went. My God. So, I think tomorrow I'm going to spend some time in here trying to clean this thing up. And I have to get a haircut. My hair is so long. It's so, we're way past. We are way past it. Okay, anyway. So, you guys remember Betsy from our, you guys remember Betsy from our live on Sunday. She's been sewing for like 50 years and she'd never done a jelly roll race, and she did a jelly roll race with me on Sunday on our live. And she's such a sweetheart, and she put up a bunch of great comments and yada yada. Well, Betsy put up a picture of this phenomenal like table topper, like a tablecloth, but it doesn't drape down the sides. It's quilted like a table topper, and just beautiful. And she put it on the Facebook page. So go to the Facebook page and don't forget to post pictures of what you're working on or your finished projects, because we want to see what you're doing, not just my crazy stuff. Okay, anyway. So then she made a comment, she left a comment about how she was going to take her Jelly Roll Race quilt and convert it into a Project Linus quilt. And Project Linus is if you've never heard of it, Google it. And I'm going to botch exactly what it is that they do, so I apologize in advance. But Project Linus does, they have volunteers that make blankets all over the country. It could be bigger than that, I don't know, but all over the country. Crocheted, knitted, quilts, you name it. Weighted blankets for children that are in, this is where I potentially get it wrong, for children that are like displaced from their home or in foster care. I think it's primarily for children who are in like foster care, who are being transitioned or stuff like transitioned like from a home, not the other kind of transitioned. Project Linus. Okay. This is gonna make you cry. Since 1995, 10 million blankets for kids. Okay. Project Linus provides handmade blankets to children 0 to 18 in the United States who are seriously ill, traumatized, or are otherwise in need. Which I think is they're in foster care, or they have to be removed from a home. That's what I meant when I said transitioning. They have to be removed from their home for whatever reason, for abuse or whatever. Or they're in foster care, or they're super, super sick. So yesterday on my live, I got on my soapbox a little bit, about, the amount of money that this country spends on things and is not spending it to cure cancer, cure ALS, cure Alzheimer's, dementia. There's so many wonderful organizations in this country that help care for children who have cancer, little kids. And like we should be able to solve this by now. Like we should, all the money that we spend in this country on things that people would gladly have those dollars, tax dollars or otherwise, transitioned and given to actually finding a cure for these just horrible, horrible diseases. Okay, anyway. Again, way to bring down a room, Angela. Sorry, I'm a crier, and that just gets me, like, every single time it gets me emotional. Okay. Anyway, and I'm tired. Anyway, so that was so Betsy said, I'm going to use this, it's called Hidden, I don't want to show it because I don't know if I'm supposed to show it. Although, I think she got it on Facebook. She got it on one of the other social media platforms. And it's a free pattern, so I'm guessing nobody would mind. So anyway, this is Project Linus Volunteers, and it's a hidden 4-patch baby quilt. And so as I was reading Betsy's sweet message about what she was going to do, I thought, well, Hello? My peeps and I could do this. Hello? Right? And I started thinking about this really adorable pattern fabric that I had, and it was a jelly roll. I don't remember if it was a full jelly roll though, because I don't seem to have like a full amount of the amount of fabric that I have here is not a full jelly roll, and I don't know. I was trying to find it before you guys came back, but I could, but I couldn't find it, and then I got distracted. Then I got distracted looking through my fabric. That little. Ooh. Anyway, I don't think this is a full jelly roll, but I thought we could do something fun with it. And I thought, like, this little pattern here was kind of inspiring me a little bit. So, ultimately, today we're just going to play and see if we can't come up with some blankets to donate to Project Linus. I had signed up, I thought, or joined, or volunteered, or put my name in the hat for Project Linus years ago before we had moved. And then we moved and everything else, and, you know, we just haven't made the time to donate much of our time or anything else since we've been here because things have just been... the last 3 years have been interesting. And... you'd think I was running a bird conservatory here. The amount of birds that we have in our yard, it's unbelievable, and all kinds. Chickadees, lots of chickadees. And we have 2 mom and dad chickadees, 2 different bird houses that they've taken over. They've rented them for the summer. They're good tenants. A little noisy sometimes. That's so cute. So they are, they have, I can hear babies in one of the little bird houses. So then we have blue jays, or I don't know if they're blue jays or bluebirds. I don't know the difference. In another birdhouse out from my office. Then we have cardinals. We have an unbelievable amount of cardinals that come around. And I think one of the cardinals, one of the sexes, I don't know if it's the girl or the boy, is that vibrant red, and then the other one is kind of more of a brownish red, and I don't know who's who. The brownish red ones love the bird bath that we have. This is probably the most boring thing that you've listened to all day long on YouTube. Sorry. I like birds. Anyway, the brownish red ones sit in our bird bath, and they just absolutely have a ball having a bath every afternoon. So after lunch, I sit at my desk and I watch them have this, and water's just flying all over the place. It's hysterical. If you're ever in the neighborhood, come by and watch my birds to have a bath in the bird bath. Okay. Now, the other thing, a few years ago, I have 2 nieces in Southern California, but I think at the time they hadn't had their second daughter. And so one of them, my niece, was obsessed with Elsa. Elsa from Frozen. I've never seen the movie. I don't really know who Elsa is. But she was obsessed with Elsa. And so I made her a quilt, just a little kid's quilt. It wasn't a rag quilt. It was just a little kid's quilt. It came out very cute with an Elsa panel. Well, dun-dun-dun, I had another panel. I think I bought the other panel because, let's just be honest, I think I bought the second panel because I was afraid I was going to screw up the first one and I wanted to have a backup. And that's probably it. So, I have this other panel. And maybe I should do this for my youngest granddaughter. She loves these princess, Disney princess things. Okay, so that one we're going to think about. We'll either do a Project Linus blanket with this one. Like this one, how easy could this be? Find another piece of backing. It's the perfect size for a little kid. It's perfect size. So, like, if you see these little panels, I made myself a mental note, like, you know, supposedly Joann's went to 30% on their cotton fabric. We'll see. But like, if you see stuff like this, you know, a panel doesn't usually cost very much. And then, you know, you pick out I don't know what, a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards for a backing. Slap a little batting in there, call it a quilt. I mean, you could do something like that to donate, and you know little kids would love something like that. So that's one we're going to do. Okay, so, oh, and then I think these are fat quarters. I have these little fat quarters. I don't even know where I got this. Okay, so that's 18. 19, 20, 21. Okay, so these are fat quarters. So I have these 3 fat quarters, which of course it's not really going to work for this one that Betsy, this pattern that Betsy sent me, because you really kind of need 4. Okay, so we'll find, oh, hey, how about purple? Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do something with these. It's adorable. Little tiny, tiny, tiny butterflies. Oh my gosh. Little tiny, tiny chicks. Holy cow. You see how I get distracted? Okay, so it's a hidden 4-patch baby quilt. And 36 by 39 without borders. Now, I didn't know, or I didn't remember how big a fat quarter is. Come on, ladies. Size of a fat quarter. 18 by 22. I Googled it, and then I wrote it down on my sheet. And I think that this one is already, okay, it's a little bit bigger than a fat quarter. But we're going to trim the whole thing. So, now my question is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a jelly roll, almost a jelly roll race. I'm going to start sewing these together, and then we'll start cutting them when we get to jelly roll size. Then I have these. I was so obsessed with this fabric. It was also a jelly roll. It's the C. Look at these colors. How cool are they? Oh my God, in love with it. Well, here's the problem. I got this. It's like a wonky, you know, strip set thing that you cut and then you kind of reassemble it. But when I reassembled it, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. So what I did was I did what any good quilter does. I folded them up. I was just disappointed with the way that the colors came out. And then, you know, it wasn't a cheap jelly roll. Then I bought another one to see if I could somehow, I don't know, offset and I still have the other jelly roll. Thank goodness I haven't opened that one because they weren't cheap. But here's my deal is, I wonder if I could do something like that with this. It's just the way the colors came together after I had cut everything and sewn everything, and it just, Steve and I laid it out on the guest room bed, and it just did not work. God, I need a haircut. But like that got me thinking it would almost be perfect for a project like this. So I think that that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to find some pieces that work, and we're just going to make it scrappy. It's going to be super scrappy. Okay, this one I have to think out because they are 10-inch squares right now. 11-inch squares. Why would they be 11-inch squares, Angela? Why? They're 11-inch squares. So I've got to figure out 18 by 22. Oh, I was going too big. 18 by 22. Let's see. Like these kind of go together. I have such a terrible eye for like the coloring and stuff when I do this. Let's see. I'm totally going to do something with those. Because if I put 4 together, if I put 4 of these 11-inch squares together, that's almost, and then sew them together, and then kind of center it so that the 18 is, you know, so I have equal amounts off the, you know, off the edge, and then cut it. I could make fat quarters, and then follow the rest of this design here. But for today, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this. What got me thinking about this was that's Betsy. That's Betsy. Shout out to Betsy. That's Betsy. Is what got me thinking about it was we're going to use all of it. What got me thinking about it was like Betsy took one thing and she was like, she could see something else in it. I sometimes have a problem with that. You know, when I read a pattern, then my brain immediately goes to, I should go find fabric for it or buy fabric for it. Instead of, like, how could I kind of repurpose or, oh, and this was a seahorse fabric. Oh my God. It's adorable. So adorable. Oh my gosh, so adorable. And really, let me look and see if I know what fabric it is, what line it is. Started off too fast. We'll just start out of the needle. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to start it like a jelly roll. But this fabric line is... Oh, I hate when I do that. Just hate when I do... Oh, yeah, I've got to find the rest of these. Because I know that I had more than just this. I know that I did. Because I remember cutting these different pieces and different lengths in order to make this thing... I don't know what this was. Does anybody know what this was? Like I was going, it's almost like, it's not a log cabin, but I just keep, you just kept going around and around and around and around. It's adorable, isn't it? Adorable pattern. And again, it's got to be a Moda or something like that fabric because it's, you can just feel it. Nothing. Oh, it's a Riley Blake. Riley Blake Designs. Yeah. Riley Blake Designs. I don't know. We'll see it on one of the salvage edges, maybe. So I'm just going to sew it kind of like a jelly roll run, even though I don't have a whole jelly roll here. And then I think we'll cut it up and maybe we'll finish this tomorrow. I'd like to get one done. I'd like to get one Project Linus blanket done. And we'll just see what we come up with. That would be kind of fun, huh? Creating something out of other things. Okay, so what are you working on today? I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this, and I'll tell you why. I am going to do the Elsa thing. I am going to do the Elsa thing for my granddaughter. For the little one. Because I just did the pillowcase for the bigger granddaughter. So I'm going to do the Elsa thing for the little one. But here's the thing. I have an interesting relationship with my siblings and my nieces and nephews. And they all live in California. They all live in Southern California. And we don't really get out that way, obviously. We live in Florida. But aside from that, it's just blah, blah, blah drama. And I've done stuff for all of them. I don't do stuff all the time, but I've done stuff for them. For, quilts or rag quilts or something fuzzy, cozy to lay on the carpet with and, watch TV or whatever. I've done that for them. And okay, it says pattern C7613. No. It says pattern, it's cut off, so I can only see what I can see. Pattern C7614. Pattern C7614. And this one's got writing on it, so I better make sure. Okay, so if I want to do like that, okay, like this. I haven't done as much for the two girls that live, granddaughters that live here. So I need to do that. I want to do that. And I want to do this other stuff. I want to do stuff for Project Linus. Nothing absolutely breaks my heart more than little kids who are struggling and suffering, and it kills me. It just absolutely, it rips my heart out. And I think one of these is upside down. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, we gotta do this one over. Because the mermaids are one direction and the writing on the other one is a different direction. And I don't know a lot about Project Linus. I'll be honest, I don't. But I think an organization that does that does something just to be able to give kids, people that volunteer their time and their skill and their money, they're not curing cancer. They're just making these kids feel better for a little bit. Or maybe making them feel secure. Or maybe making them feel like they have something that's theirs. And that, in my opinion, is a noble cause. And so that's what we're going to do. So I think what we will do is anything that we make this month, blanket-wise. Now, you don't have to do this. Obviously, because I'm not your mother. But anything that we make this month. Okay, I warned you about this last time when you're doing jelly rolls, is you got to watch out for that salvage edge. Otherwise, if you are sewing like right on a 1/4 inch, you'll. And I don't take. I don't cut the. I don't. The thread didn't catch. I've sewn this twice. Come on now, little one. Come on. Thread's not even in the needle.
Oh, let's follow this Angela lady. She seems like a really good quilter.
Okay. Take 17. Do you think you could maybe do your part for just a few minutes? I don't think I'm asking a lot. Okay. Well, that's all I ask, is that you just sew. You just have to, you know, loop the thread around. That's all you got to do. Okay, so as I was saying, if you're doing something like this, and most of you probably already know this, but I don't cut off the salvage edge when you're doing it like a jelly roll race. Ain't nobody got time for that. But you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you sew. It's not a 1/4 inch. You know, you got to sew in further. Look how pretty this one is. This seafoam green with these seahorses and gold starfish. I love anything sea. Anything beachy. Water baby. What I love. Okay. I'm hoping by the time we're done here tonight that I can cut this up. So we'll stay on until I can at least get this off and have it figure out kind of what size we're going to go with. Oh, this piece doesn't really matter. Okay. So how was your day? Ready for the weekend? I'm so ready for the weekend. I'm ready for the weekend because I'm actually excited. I've managed to get myself ginned up enough to be excited to get... I gotta get this house. Too many rooms in this house or my OCD's just kicking in. Office, my sewing room, the ironing. That's really what I want to. I just got to get a handle on it. I got to get a handle on it. I can't go, like, I can't work another week with all this chaos. And it's not, when I say chaos, my chaos is different than the chaos you see on TV. It's just, there's just too much stuff. There's just too much, you know, stuff around. Too much stuff that needs to get, find a home or find the trash can. And it's like legitimately time now to get rid of the, all the winter stuff. It can all get put away now. For a while there, I had started putting all our like coats and things away, and then oh God, and then we'd have like a cold snap. Can I show this to Steve? This is, God, another jelly roll. Really? No. He likes my stuff. He's probably my biggest fan. Yeah, and I his. Yeah. He's a sweetie. I finished the taxes. I may have mentioned this on another video. I don't remember. I finally got the taxes off to the tax lady. Now it's her problem. Which reminds me, I need to call her. He bought me flowers for doing the tax. Beautiful yellow roses. Beautiful yellow roses. Really, really, really pretty yellow roses. And it had some lavender in with them. And just really, really pretty. Okay, so we need 4 fat quarters, basically, and we have 1 already on the table. So what we're looking for is, for this, to end up being, hopefully I can jelly roll race it to, Judy on the end of here. Hopefully I can kind of jelly roll race it to being, 3 more. Okay. So now, oh geez, I chain pieced him. I think maybe it's not. I don't know if it's Project Linus or not. A lot of you probably already belong to Project Linus. Do they give stuff to like hospitals that have like preemie wards or baby wards or? I always thought, maybe some of you have done that. I always thought it would be really sweet to go and to volunteer. You know, they have volunteers at, they're actually building a brand new hospital near us. I don't know if it'll have a maternity ward. You know, they have volunteers that go and like rock the babies, you know, bounce the babies, rock them. Rock them. Yeah, rock them. You know, rock them. Gonna rock her? I always think that would be. Okay. I thought I just had the other end. Oh yeah, there's going to be plenty here for 4 to make 3 more fat quarters, I think. Maybe this was a full fat quarter. I don't know. It just felt small on the, but it doesn't so much now. Okay, this is not the jelly roll. This is not the jelly roll channel that you have landed on. Gosh, this is really, when you wonder the difference between, you know, good fabric and not great fabric, when you feel really good, like cotton fabric, it's pretty cool. It's good. Good is good. Okay, what are you guys making for dinner? Maybe you already had dinner. If you already had dinner, what did you have? If you're about to make dinner, what did you make? I'm doing, in the store they call them pork chops, but it's more like a ham chop. I mean, it's obviously still pork, and it's still a chop, but it's, you know, it's, It has more of the taste of ham than it does like a pork chop. But they're easy. Because you still have to warm them up in a pan. Yeah. That's what we're having for dinner. A little, maybe a little sweet potato. My neighbor and I were commiserating about the fact that, dinner, okay. I'll tell you about dinner and then we'll say goodbye. And we'll reconvene tomorrow to see where we're at on this thing. Anyway, my neighbor and I were commiserating on, okay, I love to bake. Cooking, not as much. Because cooking is so much more of there's so many more flavors, it seems, in cooking than there is in baking. And baking is precise. They tell you to use a quarter cup. They tell you to use a tablespoon, whatever it is. I love to make cookies. I have multiple cookie cookbooks. Love it. I love to bake. Cooking, on the other hand, to me, is a chore. It's something that has to be done because we all have to eat. And I don't want to eat out, all the time. And I don't want to buy pre-made, I don't want to buy food, takeout food all the time. Because one, it's not as good for you as what you can make in your own kitchen, and it's expensive. Nowadays, don't get me started on that again. Anyway. So we were talking about, oh my gosh, trying to figure out what to make every night for the rest of my life. I can't. I've already run out of ideas. And then I love when people say, oh, here's a quick, easy dish that I've made and my family loves it. And then they start telling me about the dish, and I'm like, that will take me 3 hours. I need a 10-minute dish. Yeah. Tell you what. And I've done the Blue Apron. I've done the easy fast chef or fast whatever it's called. The ones where they send you multiple meals for the week. You choose how many meals you want for the week, and they send you all the stuff. It comes with all the vegetables and the meat and all that kind of thing. And here's the only problem. And when I say we, more so Steve than me, but me as well, we have relatively simple palates. Some of that stuff, some of it was just a little, some of the flavors just weren't things that, they just weren't things that, they sounded good when you chose them, or, but then they just were a little bit unusual. And some of them are, I think, more unusual than others, but at any rate, and those are also start to get a little bit pricey. You can't do those things every night. So anyway, yeah, I find cooking dinners, and you watch these people on social media who are, oh, come make dinner with me. No, not make dinner. No. Okay. So I thought, well, I'll try and open the seams on this one. Well, first of all, I've only opened the seams on one side because the other side seams are not open because it would take me forever. It's already taking me longer than I had anticipated. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this last row, and then I gotta go get dinner on. So, what are you making for dinner? The other night we did panda. Good. Sometimes that just hits. It just hits perfectly. And I'm hoping they're going to get done with this road soon, because it's a mess outside. I mean, I don't necessarily mind it all that much, because I've talked about the fact that we have a problem with people speeding down this road. And it's not traffic like the road, like a street or a highway, but we get enough. It's consistent cars, all day long. And I haven't minded the last few days, because they've either been diverting the traffic, or they've been, they've got a flag man out there, where they let 3 cars through, and then you got to sit and wait. And then the other day, when they burst that line, or busted that pipe or line or whatever they did, the road wasn't closed, but it was virtually closed. I mean, they were letting 1 car through. I mean, it was because they were trying to figure out what they had done. Anyway, I won't miss how quiet the street has been. We've had very little traffic. Very, very little for almost 2 weeks now. It's been, on that end, it's been glorious. Because, I don't know, all these people speeding down my road, down my street. They use the street as a cut through for the other side of town to, well, first of all, there's a lot of homes around here. There's a lot. There's a lot of little neighborhoods. So obviously there's a lot of people that live there. But then during the day, you have all the standard like contractors and that kind of thing. But then we have a huge amount of people that use it as a cut through to the dump, the landfill that's on the other side of town. And this road is kind of a cut through to that. And they like it because it's not like a main drag. You don't have to go through. If you go the other way, there's a school. Y'all know what happens in school zones. You have to slow down. And so they don't want to go that way. And so they come this way and they speed. Fascinating conversation tonight, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I did it with no twist. Okay. Okay, tie it off. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna run to the store, go get stuff for dinner, and then I think what I'm gonna do tonight for just a few minutes is sew this one more time and see where I'm gonna be. I may try and get it sewn up as many times, maybe 2 more times, because then maybe when I see you tomorrow, we can start putting this together. It's an easy quilt, right? Take 2 fat quarters. Take 4 fat quarters. Sew the 4 fat quarters together to make one great big rectangle. Then you fold the fat quarter, then you fold this new piece of fabric, this big block, right? Then you fold it up like in 4s, and you basically kind of start making some cuts, and then you reassemble it. And it's kind of scrappy. And it's cute. So, if I didn't have people to feed, I would probably just sit here and sew with you for the rest of the evening. But I got stuff to do. It's a beautiful afternoon. Just beautiful. This is one of those days where you could just, right, just sit and sew. Sorry. That's what I can do. Anyway. I'm not really adding much more value to this conversation. Running out of steam today. Okay, so if you've got a strip set, or half of a strip set, or some strips left over, or you did the fat quarter, the jelly roll race with us the other day, and you didn't know what to do with it now, maybe this is a good idea for you. Maybe you want to do a Project Linus blanket. If you are leaning in this direction, go to projectlinus.org. You can sign up to be a volunteer, go to their Facebook page, check out their stuff. It's not, from what I understand, there's no, it's not like a requirement, You make a blanket, donate it to Project Linus. There you go. But go on their website, check out their social media, because I think that they really do an amazing thing. And with that, remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. Have a fantastic evening. I love you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share the channel out. If you know somebody else that wants to sit and gab for a little bit in the afternoon, tell them to come join us. We're having a good time. Oh, hi, Min. Hi, Minnie. And Minnie came just in time. I know, you're hungry. She's hungry. Everybody's hungry. I love you guys. Have a great evening. Remember, this is day 11. Have a great evening. I love you guys. Bye.